Good day, everyone. Welcome to our math class. Our lesson for today is all about angle of elevation and depression. So let us define first what is angle of elevation and depression. When we speak of the word angle of elevation, the angle formed by your line of sight while staring ahead and your line of sight when you look up is called the angle of elevation. The angle of depression is the angle formed by your line of sight while staring ahead, and your line of sight when you look down is called the angle of depression. Now, to visualize the angle of elevation and depression, given this one, this is your line of sight. When you look up, the airplane, that is what we call the angle of elevation. And then, if will be your line of sight, then you look down. When you look down, when you look the dog, that is the angle of depression. You now visualize the angle of elevation and depression. We will now apply this one in different problem solving. Let's start with problem number 1. Always remember, when we solve for problem, we have to follow the different steps. For example number 1, the problem is from a point 17 meters away from a tree, the angle of elevation to the top of the tree is 38 degrees. What is the height of the tree? In order for us to solve this problem, step number 1 will be illustration. So we need to illustrate first the given problem. So to illustrate this problem, this will be now our illustration. From a certain point, okay, we have 17 meters away from a tree. And the angle of elevation, since you look up, this will be the angle of elevation, which is 38 degrees. And the unknown value is the height of the tree. We represent the unknown value as variable x. The next one is the solution. Take a look at the given illustration. This is your reference angle or your angle of elevation. Going back to our trigonometric ratios, this will be your angle. We have the unknown value, which is x, and the given value, which is 17 meters away. So we have opposite over adjacent. So what trigonometric ratios we will use? That will be tangent. So we have now tangent 38 degrees is equal to x over 17. Then after that, we will do a cross multiply. Okay? Now always remember, if the variable is in the numerator, automatic, the operation involved is multiplication. So that will be x is equal to 17 times tangent 38 degrees. Then using your scientific calculator, simplify your answer, round off your answer in 2 decimal places. And your final answer will be, or the answer will be 13.28. Then, the last step in problem solving is the final answer. So final answer must be in statement form. So you have to answer the given problem. So what is the height of the tree? So the height of the tree is 13.28 meters. Let's go now for example number 2. Problem for example number 2 is a ladder leans against a house at angle of 50 degrees from the ground. If the foot of the ladder is 3 meters from the base of the house, how long is the ladder? So again, we will illustrate the given problem. So this will be now your illustration. Again okay, this will be our house. So the ladder leans against the house from the base, which is 50 degrees. Then the distance from the base of the ladder to the base of the house is 3 meters. So we will find now the length or how long is the ladder. So for our solution, so this is now your reference angle, 50 degrees. So the given is adjacent side, and the hypotenuse. It's because your house is forming 90 degrees. Always remember that your house formed 90 degrees. So that will be now cosine 50 degrees is equal to 3 over x. Again, do a cross multiplication. Now, at this point, the variable is in denominator. So the easiest way is that if the variable is in the denominator, the operation involved automatic is division. So we have now x is equal to 3 over cosine 50 degrees. Again, using your calculator, we come up with 4.67. Always remember that we have to round off your answer into decimal places. So, our final answer now will be the length of the ladder is 4.67 meters. Another example. The angle of depression of a lamppost to a point in the ground is 64 degrees. If the lamppost is 5 meters away from the given point, how high is the lamppost? Again, we will illustrate the given problem. So, this will be your lamppost. Since we are talking about angle of depression, so this will be the line of sight, and this will be the angle. Now, going back to your geometry, so this will be a line cut by a transversal, so they are alternate interior angle. So, automatic, the measure of this given angle is equal to this angle. So, we have also 64 degrees. Then, we have now the lamppost is 5 meters away from the given point. Okay, so what is our problem? So we will represent it with variable x, which is the height or the how high is the lamppost. So we have now 64 degrees is your reference angle. So we have opposite over adjacent. So for your solution, we have tangent 64 degrees is equal to x over 5. Again, at this point, your variable now is in the numerator. So the operation involved is multiplication. So we come up with x is equal to 5 tangent 64 degrees. Then using your calculator now, x will be equal to 10.25. Then write your final answer. So in statement form again, so you have to answer the problem. The height of the lamppost is 10.25 meters. Please do not forget to indicate the unit of measurement in your final answer. Let's go for example number 4. The angle of depression from the top of the buildings to the foot of the fountain, 11 meters away from the building, is 68 degrees. Find the height of the building. Again, so this will be now our illustration. So this will be from the height or from the top of the building to the foot of the ladder. So this will be our angle of depression. Now again, they are alternate interior angles, so we have 68 degrees. So we have 11 meters away. So we have now opposite over adjacent. So that will be tangent. So tangent 68 degrees is equal to x over 11. Again, so your variable now is in the numerator. So the operation involved is multiplication. So we have now x is equal to 11 tangent 68 degrees. Then, using your calculator again, we have 27.23. So for your final answer, the height of the building is 27.323 meters. Let's go for the last example. A tree 6 meter tall casts a shadow of 14 meters. What is the angle of elevation from the tip of the shadow to the top of the tree? At this point, we will now find the angle. So I teach you already on how we could find the angle. So we will illustrate first. For your illustration, so this is now the height of the tree is 6 meters and okay, a tree casts a shadow of 14 meters. So the unknown value is the angle of elevation from the tip of the shadow to the top of the tree. So for your solution, again, we have This is now our reference angle. So that will be opposite over adjacent. So we have tangent x degrees is equal to 6 over 14. So since we don't know the value of your angle, so all we have to do, we will now transpose tangent to the other side. Okay? So when we transpose tangent, automatic, we will now write tangent raised to the negative 1. So that will be x is equal to tangent raised to the negative 1, 6 over 14. So again, using your scientific calculator, so we have now 23.20. So your final answer will be the angle of elevation from the tip of the shadow to the tree to the top of the tree is 23.20 degrees. So that is now all about angle of elevation and depression. Hope you enjoy our math class today. Thank you for watching.